Hey guys, it's your girl JJ here to be by your side through ups and downs. I want to start this episode by making sure each one of you guys is home, healthy, safe, taking good care of your physical health as well as your mental health. Like you saw in the title, we will be having a very exciting episode with a very amazing guest. Her name is Ray. We are going to be talking about the dieting culture and all of the effects on our body and mind, and about different type of eating patterns and diets. But before we start, we wanted to put a disclaimer out, which is that we are not professionals. We are mostly speaking from like personal experience, and even though a lot of research has gone into this episode, we really still encourage you to do your own research and find what's best for you. And one more thing, please keep in mind that this is an extremely broad subject. It's impossible to be able to cover every aspect of it in like 30 minutes or so. So now that I said that, let's get into it. Hello,
Hi,
how are
thank
you?
you. Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we're gonna start by your personal story with diet and you telling us about yourself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Ray, and as most people have, I had my fair share of insecurities and diets and this kind of stuff. So, I remember starting feeling insecure about my fifth grade, I would say. That's when I more started discovering my body more and everything that was quote unquote wrong with it. So, as a young person, I didn't feel as if I could communicate to anyone how I felt. So early on, I did not get the help I needed to fight these. So I remember my stomach was a big problem area for me, and I used to suck it in so hard anywhere I went, to the point where I started having enormous cramps. So as a solution, what I used to do is I used to put belts around my stomach and then just close them hard. And that's not a healthy thing to do. Please don't do that. But my mom noticed and she didn't say anything. I remember she didn't say anything, but I felt shame for doing it. I knew it was wrong, but I didn't know any other way to do it. So I stopped, thankfully. Um, and those insecurities continued for the long run. But at some point, I did go to a therapist. She was also a health nutritionist, and she dabbled in the alternative medicine field. So a lot of natural remedies and this kind of stuff. And she helped me a lot with my confidence. But she did recommend a diet for me at a young age. I was about 11 at this point. And it did help. I did lose weight, but I still did not feel confident about myself. I still wasn't happy in my body. I felt like everywhere I went, people were just so beautiful, and I wished I looked like them. It wasn't a good place for me. Um, at that point, I also, at about seventh or eighth grade, I started working out, not for aesthetics. Everybody was doing it, so I thought, I should do it too. I didn't know how to do it, but I still did it, and it helped me a lot mentally and physically. Not realize until after a while. So I still work out to this day, and it's one of the most satisfying things I have been able to have to help me cope. But not too long ago, about a year actually, yeah, something very stressful happened in my life, and I stopped eating completely for 3 months. I wouldn't eat anything. My friends noticed, and they were trying to help me, but it couldn't. I lost a lot of weight at this point, but I didn't care until I realized. I looked at myself and I was like, wow, I look good, but not eating is not healthy. So it plunged me back down into this insecure place because I wasn't confident anymore, and I felt like if I didn't eat, I looked good. So the solution: don't eat. You look good. If you eat, you won't look good. But it's not true. So I continued doing that, not eating or just eating very little until I don't know what happened, but I just started getting those cravings, and I started binge eating a lot, which isn't healthy at all, because my body it knew that I wasn't eating, so it was trying to find solutions. So binge eating, if I eat a lot and then I don't eat, it will have reserves, this kind of stuff. And it wasn't good. So I took a step back from everything, from social media for a little bit, and just tried to recenter myself and find the confidence to just get away from those people that just post everything about their bodies and how beautiful they are, this detox tea that they tried, the 2-week ab workout that'll just make you look good, and this kind of stuff. And it helped a lot. I started feeling more confident about myself. I started to go on this journey of loving myself, basically. And this is where I am now. I still work out and it helps me a lot, but I know that I should be eating. I know that that not eating is not good. And yeah, still on that journey of accepting myself completely, but I'm more confident now and I'm happier. And I'm in a place where I'm okay to talk about this, where it feels okay to talk about this.
I want to give you a virtual hug. Like, I want to hug you.
I would love that, honestly.
Oh my god, I did not know anything about this story. My heart.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think I'm not the only one that has experienced this, honestly. So I'm glad I get to have this platform to share my story and for other people to relate to it.
yeah, I mean, I love where the ending is. Like, I love how you accepted yourself. I mean, we all went through this and we all are still like looking for us, like ourselves. And I love what happened with you. I mean, like the ending.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is I will be giving you the dictionary explanation of what a diet culture is, and I want you to give me your opinion about it.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the diet culture? Diet culture, also known as DC, is a set of beliefs revolving around the idea that thin bodies are the most desirable and valuable and healthy. And also, DC like conveys that eating a certain way is good or bad, and that a person's worth increases when eating healthy or when living in a small body with the hourglass shape and the curves.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you
Okay.
think?
This is just crazy to me, honestly, because the true definition of a diet is something, the way you eat. That is what a diet means. But people are seeing it as something like a way to eat, like you said, to look a certain way, especially thin or just perfect, quote unquote. But in fact, statistics shows that people on diets typically lose 5 to 10% of their starting weight in the first 6 months. But it's found that at least 1/3 to 2/3 of people on diets regain more weight than they lost within 4 or 5 years, which is just sad, honestly, because people are so insecure that they look for like a quick remedy, like I did, for something that'll happen fast and just take this insecurity off of them. But that's not how it happens. Dieting shouldn't be something you have to do, something you put your life on stop to do, and then when it's done, you'll feel happy. No, it's something you should be enjoying. It's something you're okay with doing in the long run. It's more of a lifestyle you should adopt. You should be eating well. You should be getting all of your nutrition, and not cutting out like carbs for a month, like on the keto diet. That's not healthy for everyone. And you should not just follow people blindly on the internet. Like someone just showed how they lost weight in 2 weeks, for example, by not eating or by eating less than 600 calories or whatever. No. You should, if you really are you serious about losing weight because you want to do it, not because you saw someone do it or it's the new trend or you want to look a certain way. No, you want to do it because you want to pursue a healthier lifestyle, then you should see a professional. Like I'm talking a real professional, not just people on the internet with like a diet plan, uncertified diet plan. No, please, because you can easily go into eating. You can easily fall into the eating disorders, and that's not good at all. Because even studies show that 35% of occasional dieters, quote unquote, progress into disordered eatings that which will lead to full-blown eating disorders. And if you had no idea, basically eating disorders are the deadliest mental disorders out there that you can have. And doing that on and off, like most people do, like they lose weight and then they'll gain it back, which is very common. Then they'll start losing weight again. Then they'll gain it back. This weight cycling thing can lead to adverse health effects, especially cardiovascular diseases, strokes, diabetes, binge eating disorders, and just affects your immune system, your metabolism badly. So just be sure of what you're doing before you do anything. Just be comfortable. Feel comfortable. If you feel like you need to binge eat or you're just so excited to have your cheat day or whatever, or you feel very restricted with your diet, then please just stop. That is not healthy. Healthy isn't a certain way you will look. Healthy is a state of being. It's a state of mind, accepting yourself and being okay with what is happening around you. There's no way you can be thin and look ripped and all that stuff, but you still wouldn't be healthy because you're not eating well, you're not getting all the nutrients you need, and it's a whole thing. So please, being skinny does not equate being healthy. Eat balanced, move your body, do things because you want to do them, do things because they make you happy, eat things that make you happy. If you're craving a brownie or a donut right now, go eat a brownie or a donut. That will not affect you badly unless you eat 30 a day. But worrying about the way you look, counting every single calorie, just fearing carbs or fats or sugars, that's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to diet. So do your research, be sure of what you want to do, and then start dieting.
On that note, I did some research and talked to some like experts in dieting.
Mm-hmm.
I asked them if I'm going on a bad diet, what happens to my body? They said that a like unhealthy and not nurturing diet can lead to changes in the body, in like hormonal changes, like your body's composition will literally change. Like it's a whole new body. Your
Yeah.
bones will like be destroyed. The density of your bones will be reduced by a really high percentage. You will have like your immune system will be destroyed because of a bad diet.
Mm-hmm.
So like thinking about that is so scary because so many people are on a bad diet just to look a certain way, and they're risking so much just to look like a certain like influencer or a TV personality.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in my latest episode,
They
I'm sorry,
so
continue.
I No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I. Oh my God, I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, it's
Okay,
okay.
my
Move on. It's
latest
okay.
episode, my guest and I talked about intermittent fasting, or the IF. It's an eating pattern that
Mm-hmm.
cycles between periods of fasting and eating. So, what are your thoughts about that?
Mm-hmm. So, intermittent fasting, I know there's many ways to do it. There's the eat, stop, eat method. You don't eat for 24 hours. There's for once or twice a week. There's the 5-to-2 ratio method, consuming only 500 to 600 calories on 2 non-consecutive days. And there's the 16 to 8 hours method, which is the most common one. You eat for 8 hours straight, and then you fast for 16 hours straight. I do the 16 to 8 hours intermittent fasting method because I was doing it anyway before I found out what it was. I wake up at like 10, have coffee, eat at 11, and then I work out at about 9, so I will stop eating an hour before that. So it was happening anyway. And in my personal opinion, if you feel like it's something you're comfortable doing, do it. If you see yourself doing it for the long run, if you're comfortable with it, do it. Now, and other people do count calories when they're doing it, but I'm not informed enough to tell you if it's good or bad, to be honest. So I don't count calories because that's too restricting for me. But if you feel okay doing that, if you're not uncomfortable, if you don't feel restricted, if you're doing it to reach a certain goal and you're okay with it, then sure, do it. Whatever.
Um, do you feel that as a person who's going into this pattern, like like it's a new habit of theirs, do you think that it's harder than other patterns or harder than other diets, or it's easier in some way, or what do you think compared to other diets and patterns?
For me, it is easier because it's very punctual and it's like a habit, and I like to have my habits sorted out. Like I do this at this certain hour, I do this and then that and that. So that is helpful for me because it helps keep my mind clear and uncluttered. In terms of other diets, I have tried going vegan. It was a bad experience, to be honest. It was hard because I live in a household with normal eating people that aren't vegan. So it was hard, and it was hard getting the proteins, especially because you can't have meat, you can't have eggs, which are main sources of protein. So I was hungry all the time, and just it wasn't good for me. But if for other people, they're comfortable with it and they're doing it for fun or because they're okay with it and they're comfortable, then that's great. I think it mostly comes down to every single person finding what is best for them, what is healthy for them, not for another person. If someone else doing something healthy for them and it's not for you, then stop. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. I want to give you two diets and their like dictionary explanation. And what do you think about it? So you talked about
Mm-hmm.
being vegan, and it's kind of like it's close to being vegetarian. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about these, but there's the keto diet. It's a high fat, adequate protein, and like it says that you should eat some amount of protein, a high fat diet, and low carbs. And the side effects are low blood
Mm-hmm.
pressure and kidney stones.
Yeah. I read about this a long time ago, and it's keto comes from the word ketosis, which is a natural metabolic state that can be achieved by following a keto diet, basically. It has some health benefits like weight loss, and as you mentioned, lower blood sugar levels, and especially it reduces seizures in epileptic children. So if you want to do the keto diet, consult a professional, because it's gonna help you at first, because you're completely taking away carbs. You're just not eating enough carbohydrates for your body, and it's not gonna be good for everyone. And of course, they recommend you only do it for a month. But in my opinion, diets like this, they're not gonna last. First of all, as statistics show, you're gonna gain the weight back afterwards, and you're not gonna be comfortable doing it. You're gonna get ill because you're taking away carbohydrates from your body, which are needed to produce energy for you to be able to do literally anything. And that's not healthy, unless you for other specified reasons. But I don't recommend it for everyone.
Okay, so the second diet
Yeah.
is called the paleo diet, also known as the caveman diet. It's based on the type of food like you consume, but it's based on what the early humans have eaten in their times.
Yeah. Okay, so we've come such a long way with science. We've made discoveries, researched, proven, debunked many things. I personally don't see how going backwards is gonna help. Before, we didn't know how much nutrients we needed, what was good for our bodies, because it wasn't in the neo central area, whatever, uh, era. Sorry, and just keep up, please, because it may not be good for you. So if you want to try it, sure, but make sure you're keeping track of your body, listening to your body, and just be careful with those kinds of diet. Just be careful.
So we recommend please talk to a professional before deciding anything. Please.
Yeah, and make sure it's something you want to do for you,
Yeah.
not because someone else does it, and
Okay,
this
so
kind of
we
stuff.
kind
Yeah.
of talked a bit about the like 2 week ab workout and these sort of things. In your opinion, what platform,
Yeah.
like social media platform, is most toxic when it comes to body image?
TikTok, definitely 100%. Not only does it promote eating disorders by sharing videos that totally glamorize them, the platform itself tend to restrict or outright delete videos that spread the body positivity message. This has been talked about by an Instagram influencer. She talks a lot about her eating disorders and her mental disorders. She's been posting a lot on TikTok about body positivity stuff, but they always take her videos down, and it's not only with her; it's with other people. So she talks about it a lot. If you want to hear more information about it,
Yeah.
um, we'll link her, right? Okay. So, and let's also not forget that this platform, it's full of young and very easily influenced kids. Um, I've seen a lot of challenges, and it's just it's crazy to me how they're grown-ass people spreading misinformation to children at 11 years old, like the apple cider vinegar challenge, that you just basically drink a whole cup or something for a whole day and you lose weight, or the what I eat in a day videos, people showing what they eat to quote unquote lose weight, which is about like 600 calories a day. I've seen a lot of people talk about this on YouTube as well, debunking this kind of stuff, professional dietitians especially. And it's sad to me that so many children are influenced by these people. There was a research done by the US Department of Health and Human Services that showed that almost half of American children between first and third grade want to be thinner. And half of 9 to 10-year-old girls are actively dieting.
They're so young.
That is not healthy. Children need nutrients. Yes, they're going through puberty. That is not okay. You're placing those insecurities in their mind from such a young age. That is not okay. A lot of people have addressed this issue, and I hope that you might go do your own research instead of believing everything that you see on social media, those so-called influencers with their other kind of dieting tips and this kind of stuff. Please just don't believe them. Do your research beforehand.
TikTok has a lot of body shaming as well, like not only misinformation and like bad diets that are spread there. There's so much body shaming to people that have like nothing really, like their platform has nothing related to dieting or food network or something. They're just doing TikTok dances. They're getting body shamed for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's just the internet is crazy, honestly.
I will be linking influencers we believe in, and they are professionals. They know what they're talking about in the description. So go check them out because they're not gonna promote the detox tea. So let's talk about the tea and 100%. The 2-week ab workout and like how to fight them, because when I see something, I struggled with my body a lot because I used to dance. I danced for 9 years straight. I had a good body shape, if you will. Like, I don't want to say that because in my mind it was good. Like, I was okay with my body. And I had to leave dancing. Then I gained weight and I had an eating disorder and anxiety, and like I hit rock bottom. Then I started to go on YouTube and see like do these workouts every day to lose weight and have a body shape that everybody wants, and I fell for them.
Yeah. We all did at some point, I'm sure. Namely, I've seen Chloe Ting's videos, if I'm pronouncing her name right. She did the 2-week ab workout thing. Now, to be honest, I've tried it a long time ago. Please know that this target toning doesn't really work. Like, if you want to get rid of fat in a certain part of your body, that doesn't work. You have to work your whole body and do cardio, all this kind of stuff. Her video, from my perspective as a person who does resistance training at home since gyms are closed, it's good if you want to start out, if you want to start working out. It's a good video, but 10 minutes isn't gonna do too much for you. You need to work at least 30 minutes or so, unless you're doing a HIIT workout. Okay, that's another story. But everyone's body is different. Everyone burns fat or gains muscle in a different way. Target toning and those 2 weeks or 1 week or 30 days lose weight videos, those weren't most probably not gonna work for you, no matter how many videos are uploaded about it and showing results and whatnot. If you want to effectively lose weight, you have to eat clean. Make sure you're getting all the nutrients. I'm not professional about this, but I've heard professionals say that if you really want to lose weight, you have to eat a little bit less calories of the amount you spend. So if you're spending every day, let's say, if you're burning, let's say 900 calories, eat 830 or something like this, and work out. That's the only way to really do something effectively. But those videos aren't really gonna work for you, and just don't fall for them. This is just, they're purely clickbait. Some people are born genetically with abs, and that's great for them, but most people aren't. So just don't disappoint yourself, don't do them, and just feel uncomfortable doing them because everyone is doing it and because it works and because the only way you'll have worth is by having a six-pack. No, that is not true. You're beautiful the way you are. If you want to be healthier, if you want to work out, do it. But just don't fall for these kind of stuff. We also mentioned the weight loss products that are advertised a lot by influencers and by big personalities.
Basically scam. Like, it's so unhealthy.
Yeah. I read that $70 billion are spent every year on diet and weight loss products. And that, honestly, is crazy to me. $70 billion. What? Why? On what? They're basically scams. People are profiting off of your insecurities. That is not okay. Be careful, please. Like, those waist trainers and the detox teas and the whatever magical remedies, they don't work. They don't work. Maybe they're laxatives or whatever, they'll make you poop and you'll feel like it worked, but it doesn't work like that. There's no magical remedy for losing weight. Okay, so change your mindset before you change your body.
Okay, so this is a really common asked question, and I did some research. I will give you the most common answer, and you will give me your answer. So the question is, how can I fight my diet culture and my way of thinking about diets? The answer is rejecting it. And by that, they mean change the language you use towards food and bodies and health in general. Use "would I say that" to somebody else that's eating the same food I am. Like, think about the words you're using as if you're telling this sentence to yourself, and the voice you hear in your head is mostly your voice. Like, you are bringing yourself down and you are setting this mindset about dieting culture, so you should reject it. So what do you think?
Yeah, I 100% agree, because sometimes we say things to ourselves that we would not say to anybody else. You wouldn't look at someone and think, oh my God, look at that certain place on their body. They shouldn't have it. They should lose it. It's ugly, whatever, unless you're a really mean person. But just, yeah, I also think that seeing those videos, those people talking about insecurities and this kind of stuff is a good thing, because you can relate to them. You can relate to people, you can talk to people, you can share your ideas, even though it's hard, your insecurities, and make sure you surround yourself with people you love, that love you for who you are, and that will be there to help you. But most importantly, inform yourself. Research everything you can. Just don't just listen to this episode of the podcast or read one article and think you've got it all figured out. No, the issue is way bigger than you might think. This whole diet culture thing, it's always been embedded into our minds since we were children. We've always been taught that there's one certain way to look, there's one certain way to act, this kind of stuff. So anytime you think or anytime you see like a miracle remedy for weight loss, or anytime someone just comments on your body, know that you are not alone. We are all victims of this systematic oppression. Know that you are worth more than the way your body is shaped, your scars, your cellulite, your so-called imperfections, whatever. You are beautiful and you are deserving of love. So love yourself, love others, spread positivity, and just change your mindset if it's in the wrong place.
Thank you for this amazing episode. I really enjoyed it.
Me
And
too.
thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
sharing
having
your
me.
story and like for everything you said.
No
So yeah,
problem.
that was our episode with the one and only Ray about dieting culture.
Yeah.
We have arrived to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been loving recording with someone. Like, I feel that we can bond and more positivity will be spread and more things will be talked about because we're two. So yeah, Ray is a person who shares always some positivity all around her. No one can stay sad or frustrated because like when they're close to her, because she always tries to boost someone and give them all the positivity and energy they need. So yeah, she's an amazing person. I will link her art Instagram account down below, as well as a link. You will find my Instagram, my YouTube, my Anchor, Apple Podcast, and Spotify in one link. I hope you really enjoyed this episode because it was really like close to my heart and personal for both of us. So again, I'm your host GJ here, and I will see you every Friday at 12 p.m. KSA on your weekly podcast, Ups and Downs. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and favorite this podcast. I love you all. Stay healthy, stay positive, and do you.